Good morning, BNI. If you're watching this video, then you're probably in a BNI meeting room this morning. So first of all, a very warm welcome to all our visitors in the room this morning. I'd also like to start off by recognizing a few other people in the room. To name a few, if there's any directors or ambassadors in the room, cheers to you. BNI Ahmedabad would not have been possible without you, so thank you for being in the room. For all of the people on the leadership team, you guys are stellar rock stars, and I'm sure everyone in the room notices your presence. And for all our members who've been in BNI for over a year, congratulations and a very, very heartfelt thank you to you. Without us, the members, BNI is absolutely nothing. With that, for all of our new members that have just been inducted, congratulations to you on making the dive into these deep waters and deciding that trust is the way for you to grow your business. And hence, congratulations and welcome to BNI. If you're anything like me or your experience with BNI has been like my first experience, I'm sure you're sitting there thinking, what the hell are all of these people doing there suited and booted at 7:30 a.m. in the morning and saying good morning multiple times to each other, right? I'm here to clarify just a few of these thoughts that are coming up in your mind right now, and I hope that I can get the message of what BNI really is across to all of us. I can't really express to you what BNI is, but I can share with you or attempt to share with you these three things that I think make the core of someone's questions in BNI. The first question is why BNI? The next one is what BNI? And the third one always is how BNI? And I think these three questions really drive us through into understanding what we're doing in this room this morning. So if you ask me the why, as the Americans say it, if your why don't make you cry, it's not your why. And it's the why for BNI that's the most powerful thing. And it's always been something that's driven us. So I want to share with you why BNI real quick. So when we started BNI in Ahmedabad, the first question that Nitish and I always received was, Yash, are you serious? It's at 7:30 a.m. in the morning? In fact, my father, I remember telling me, Yash, no Gujarati man in his right mind is ever going to wake up at 6:30 a.m. and come to your BNI meeting at 7:30 in the morning. When the question hit us first, we went into this zone where Nitish and I kept wondering, well, if this was ever going to be possible. Because we were told that Gujarat would never accept such a phenomenon. And the follow-up question that we always almost immediately received was, Yash, Nitish, we trust you. We'll come on into the meeting room. But why should we come at 7:30 in the morning? What's the agenda for a BNI meeting? And at that point in time, back in the day, we'd go up and say, hey, look, you're coming into a BNI meeting room because you're going to network with people. Are you going to meet some exciting businessmen? And you're possibly going to generate some new business for yourselves. That question, when posed, people immediately came back with a rebuttal saying, Yash, really? For business and for networking in Ahmedabad? It's such a small city. We already know everyone that exists here. And that question, when it hit me, I remember just sitting there and thinking to myself, really? Does everyone in the city know each other? That's such a powerful thought. And today, I'm glad to share with you that, for the past few years, every time I walk into a meeting room, I'm actually very proud of this, that I don't know more than 2 or 3 people that exist in the room. And I used to think of myself as a very popular man, but today when I go out there, I know that I do not know the kind of people that exist in my own city, let alone the entire world. So when you look around you today, and I want you to actually look around the room and really think to yourself, how many people in the room you're in do you really know today? Look around you. And it might be not more than 2 to 5% of the room. Imagine if in a room filled with 100 people you know 2 or 5, how many do you know in a population of about 50 lakh or 80 lakh? So the why BNI became very solid. The why BNI was simply that we don't know the kind of people that exist around us today. And the most dangerous thing for us as businessmen is things that we don't know. And if we don't know that all of these powerful people exist, would we ever be able to do business with them? The second question that I promised to answer was what BNI? Now, what BNI is a tricky question, and I don't think I do a very good job at explaining BNI directly, and hence I ask you a simple question. And I think the easiest one for this room today is to ask you this question. How many of you are really die-hard Apple fans? For instance, you really love Apple so much that you'd go up to a friend and say, why the hell are you using this other phone? You must shift to an iPhone. Now, if some of you did put your hand up, or some of you out there who've done that, my question that follows to you is simply, why the hell do you care? Why would you go out there and tell someone to buy an iPhone when they're using another phone? Neither are you related to Steve Jobs, neither do you get a commission on the iPhones, and neither are you part of the manufacturing process of the Apple phones. Then why the hell do you go out there and recommend the phone to someone else? And if you think about it, the answer to this question simply is, you, number one, trust the product, don't you? You trust that when you recommend the iPhone to someone, the other person is going to like it. And when they like it, they're going to give you 2 magic words which are really magical. And those 2 words are thank you. So you expect that when you recommend the phone to someone, they're going to buy, use it, they're going to love it, and then they're going to call you and thank you for it, even though you had no part in the making or the selling of the product itself. This is exactly what BNI is. Today, the room you're in is a room, and the only room in the world, where every single member sitting around you is there to give. He's there because they appreciate that the only core philosophy of BNI, which is givers gain, is based on the core value in our heads, something called the law of reciprocity. Where I give you business today, hopefully tomorrow you'd return the favor and give me business back in return. That said, the third question that I promised I'd answer is how BNI. And to take a look at how BNI, I wish I was present with you and I could show you in reality how this functions. But how BNI is simply, think of it, would you agree that each one of you in the room today knows at least 200 people in their lives? And if the answer to this question is yes, which is still an understatement, right? We have thousands of friends on Facebook. You probably have 1,000 contacts on your phone book. But it'd be fair to say that in a country like India, you know at least 200 good people in your lives. And if you know 200 people, know that today, sitting in a BNI meeting room, if you were to stand up and ask for a referral, ask for a specific referral, it is very likely that one of our members or one of the visitors or one of the people listening to you have that specific ask is going to be able to potentially connect you with the person that you're looking to try and connect with. Now, if you believe that statement to be true, know that this referral is just a possibility of business taking place in the future. BNI is not an organization where you walk in and you're guaranteed some sort of business. It is also not an organization where there's any sort of commission passing or bonus passing per transaction done. And hence know that you're in the meeting room because simply you are going to be building trust. And if trust is important for you and your growth, then you're in the right place. Thank you so much for listening, guys. This is Yash Vasant signing off, the Executive Director of BNI.